What's good, everybody? It's the boy KD coming at you again with another video. Yo, today's video is going to be a breakdown of what we saw in this morning's Pokémon Direct. All right, I'm right now because I knew we was going to get some Generation 8 information, but I did not know that it was going to be to the extent that it was. We got so much revealed in this Pokemon Direct this morning. I was screaming the entire time, okay? My son got to school late because he had to be at school at 8. It started at 8. I was like, look, listen, school can wait right now. And, he was excited about it. He's not into Pokemon as much as I am, but hey, he was excited too. He was like, Dad, why you doing all this screaming? Look, listen, you don't understand, okay? I've been following Pokemon since Generation 1. So to come this far to actually see, Pokemon actually bring one of the main series games to the home console, and it looks so good, I was excited. I feel like, you all know what I feel like, because I'm pretty sure that, if you follow Pokemon, you understand and you feel the same way that I feel, okay? Like, it just does something to me, okay? But anyway, let's get into this here breakdown, all right? Now, we start off the video with opening up, we see the first town, if you will, not necessarily the player's starting hometown, but to me, it looks like it's the town that you first go to after you head out on your journey to go receive your first Pokemon. Because if you look at the map, in which I will put that up, you will see that over in this little corner here, that it looks like this might be the professor's lab, this house, this purplish looking house. Because if you remember from the trailer that in the background, you can see this purplish looking house. It look kind of creepy, kind of not creepy, so I'm thinking that might be the professor's house. So this might be the town that you go to after you leave your home, if you will. The next thing that I noticed was that there's a train station immediately as you get into town. So I'm going to say that you're probably hopping on the train as soon as you get done doing what you need to do in this here town. Or maybe not so much as soon as you get done with what you got to do in this town. But, I'm pretty sure you're going to hop on this train pretty early because, again, looking at the map, this little area seems to be cut off by the mountain. Now, we also did see in the trailer that we were going through a cave, so it's a possibility that we won't get on the train and we'll just walk through the cave. But either way, I'm happy because it's the first town and it looks freaking gorgeous, okay? It's a simplistic countryside and it's in, the region actually is based off England, UK. So I'm excited for that, okay? I'm excited for that because that was one of the rumors that it was going to be based off the UK. And this is what we got. We got one of the... I'm all over the place. It looks gorgeous. But anyway, so the next thing that I noticed that gyms. It looked like gyms are returning, and it looks like this first gym that we actually get a look at might be a grass or flying type gym. Now, with the coloring on it being that it's green, that would make me believe that it's grass. But at the same time, this symbol actually looks like it might be a feather of some sort. So, it's to be, later on we'll find out exactly what kind of gym this is. But I'm excited that gyms are back because, don't get me wrong, in Alola having trials, it was something new, it was different. I appreciated it. I really did. But at the same time, just for the end goal of Alola was still to be the Pokemon League champion, it was like, well, why didn't I just have regular gym battles? Because, gyms came with puzzles and so forth. And the trials, they kind of had puzzles, but not so much. So I'm glad we're going back to gyms because I can appreciate the gyms much more. Because, again, I come from Generation 1 and gyms are all I know. Again, not that trials was bad. It's just that, for me, I prefer gyms over a trial. Okay, and as well as now, I'm not quite sure if there's actually a town surrounding the gym, but it looked like this gym might actually be on Route 1 or maybe Route 2. The reason why I say this is because of how it's laid out. Now, we do see a sign that's somewhere in front of the gym, and, it might be the normal town sign for, when you enter the town and stuff of that nature. But this town don't seem too big. It doesn't seem like there's a lot to do there outside of this first gym, which I'm okay with that because it means that they're building around the gym. And like I said, it means that the gym is just on Route 1, maybe Route 2, along your way, in your journey, if you will. So, I think that's great. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a little area in between to where we can get some training done with our starter Pokemon and, maybe catch another Pokemon or two before we actually get to this gym. And if it's grass, then, if it's grass or flying, either way, I think you'll be able to, have an easy go at this because one of the things that they touched on in the Direct was this game, in which you can tell within the art style of it that this game was meant to bring the veteran players as well as the newer players that experience Let's Go, together. And I'm okay with that because, let's not jump too far from what we've been experiencing. I know a lot of people want it, in terms of graphics and stuff of that nature, to be a little bit more edgy or a little more darker. And I'm not meaning, like murder or none of that nature. But, just a little more gritty and more realistic, if you will. And that would have been too far because you got to think about it. Let's Go just came out last year. And, for those people that went from Pokemon Go to playing Pokemon Let's Go, that would have been a big change for them, and they probably wouldn't have liked it. So I'm okay with this style here. And like I said, I think the simplistic way of going about it with this first gym, looking at the location that it might be in, I think that's a perfect start because as veteran players, we've never experienced anything like that, where it's, the first gym is, right off the beaten path that we need to take. As well as for new players, this might be something easier for them to get in. Okay. Now, the next thing that I noticed was the player characters. The player characters. I'm really enjoying the player characters because they didn't stray away too far from the Sun and Moon graphics with the player characters, but they did make them more full size, which on the home console, that's what you would expect. And I'm glad that they did it because they could have just kept it, little miniature size and cutesy and stuff. But, they actually made it full size and it's still, kind of, cutesy and things, but, it's more appreciative. You actually feel like an actual person in the game, from, just me looking at it. And, the clothing style, I'm okay with that because it still looks like you'll be able to customize your character and change the clothes and stuff of that nature. Because as you saw right before we saw the starters ending the actual trailer, we actually saw the player character walking out into the arena, which I'm not sure if that's a Pokemon gym or that's going to be some new side feature. But he had on a uniform, soccer uniform or football for those of you that's in the UK and other countries in the world. So yeah, it looks like you might be able to customize. Well, I ain't gonna say might be. I'm pretty sure they're gonna bring customization into the game again because why have it on 3DS and not bring it to the Switch? But yeah, I'm definitely interested in to see what's going on with that whole soccer thing because if it's something that's going to replace Pokemon competitions and stuff of that nature, I'm definitely intrigued in seeing what it could be. The next thing that I noticed, looking at my notes here, so please bear with me. Oh yeah, something else that I screamed and showed great excitement for is the wild encounters. The wild encounters are back with battles. Okay, you can battle wild Pokemon. Now, for those that have played Let's Go, listen, that's not how catch a Pokemon go in the main series RPG games. Okay, we actually got to battle them, weaken them, and then capture them. I'm happy. I'm happy because now this means that I don't need to catch 50 Pidgeys, okay, to get my Pokemon level up. All right, I can go in, encounter a wild Pokemon, whoop it up real good, knock it out, and still get the experience points as well as anything else that might come along with it. Or I can just catch it, if I choose to. You have that option. Now, I didn't see any mechanics in time, throwing the ball or anything of that nature, because don't get me wrong, I'm not against throwing the ball ourselves, but at the same time, I don't want that to be the only thing. So, please, please, be happy for me that I'm happy that Wild Encounter, battling is back. All right. That was what I noticed there. And like I said, I'm extremely, extremely happy for it. Another thing, the crop sign. Okay, look, listen. Now, speculating here, I'm thinking that this has something to do with the legendary Pokemon. And if you notice around his feet, you see some little alien-looking Pokemon, okay? Or, little alien-looking creatures that might be Pokemon that have something to do with the legendary. Now, like I said, this is just my suspicions. Me speculating on what this crop sign could actually be. And I'm okay with that because if it's going to give us lore this way, behind, legendary and whatever else it might have to do with, I'm okay because it looked like legendary will be an awesome legendary, okay? So I'm looking forward to seeing what that crop sign is about. I'm pretty sure, we're going to get some backstory into it once we go into that area and talk to the people that is there. All right. The next thing that I see, like I was saying earlier, the professor's lab. Okay, it looks like the professor will be researching nature or plants, some of that nature, because you see the little chamber in the background. It has flowers and stuff of that nature in it. So yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm wondering what the professor's name going to be. Will it actually be after a plant instead of a tree this time, or what might go on there? But I'm cool with that. I'm cool with a professor, researching nature and grass, flowers and plants and stuff of that nature. But that's cool. It's something more simplistic, if you will. And like I said, simplistic to me is good, and that's what this region really looks like. In which this region is the Galar region. Okay, nice name. Not too bad. Now, but when I do hear it, it makes me think more futuristic than what the actual region shows. Hence the reason why, going back to me talking about the crop sign, that it might have something to do with space and aliens and of that nature. So we'll see how well that name plays into what goes on in the actual region. Let's see, something else. All right. Let's get into the starters. All right, the starters. Yo. This is the first time ever. Well, I ain't gonna say first time ever. No, I take that back, because my favorite generation, Generation 4, actually gave me this feeling too. Okay, with the starters, where all the starters I wanted to play with. So I guess that's only fitting. Generation 4, the next generation up from 4, in terms of going by 4 is 8. So I guess Generation 8 gives me all 3 starters being super cute, super adorable, and I want them. I want them here in real life with me, chilling. All right, that's what I want. We have the Fire Rabbit Scorch Bunny. I mean, not Scorch Bunny, Score Bunny. I'm sorry. Yo, he seems cool. All right, and I gotta admit, he's cool. He's arrogant. I like him. I like him. I like the arrogance in Scorbunny, okay? He's freaking adorable. He's freaking adorable, and just him walking sets things on fire. Okay, as well as he can, walk up things, so I guess, that has something to do with, him melting whatever he's walking on, I guess. I don't I don't know. But like I said, arrogant, super adorable. The next one that we get to see is the water lizard, Sobble. Sobble, he seems timid and worried. I like it. And his facial expression is what mine is majority of the time when I'm not filming. Okay, so hey, I'm with him too, because who doesn't like a good water lizard? All right, I'm all for a water lizard. And then the next one that we get to see is the grass chimp, Groki. Now, to me, the first thing that I thought was, wow, we actually have a grass monkey. Excited. Then I got thinking, sound too close to Froakie. So, I was on the fence, but hey, he's cute, he's adorable. He seemed like he gets into mischief, so I want to play with him too. I want all three of them on my team, and that's one of my hopes for this game, for Generation 8, is that there's some way to possibly get all three starters on your team. Now, I know that isn't a normal thing in the main series games, but I'm pretty sure we could do something to get all three of them. Even if, because I'm hoping that they allow Pokemon Bank or bring Pokemon Bank to the Switch so we can transfer over all of our Pokemon from older games that we have in Pokemon Bank. And I will start that freaking game over twice, 3 times to make sure that I have all three of the starters. And I'm hoping that we actually have a larger roster, if you will, a dex of new Pokemon. Because now in the trailer, we actually got to see a lot of older Pokemon. We got to see Lucario, we got to see Tyranitar, we got to see Wailmer, we got to see Pikachu. We got to see so many older Pokemon, in which I appreciate those Pokemon being there, but I also want this new region, being on a, home system for the first time, I actually want it to be fulfilled with a lot of new Pokemon where I don't need to depend on older Pokemon. Now, don't get me wrong. Lucario, he's one of my favorites. And you better believe if I can get one, he will make my team. But I would also like to be able to make a team of new Pokemon as well, in which I will be doing when I get the game for the first playthrough. And me, normally, I have an A team and I have a B team. So if anything, I'm probably going to fill my A team with a lot of new Pokemon and fill my B team with Pokemon that can help, round up everything, in which Lucario will probably be on the B team. I hate to say that, but eventually you're going to get moved to the A team, because when we get to the Pokemon League, in which I'm not sure how I feel about this one. The Pokemon League seems to be in another icy area, in which, don't get me wrong, I don't have no problem with icy not regions, but areas, in the region. But why is the Pokemon League there again? Because we were just in Alola, and that was the case. That was the case. The case was the Pokemon League was in the snowy ice region. So why again? I don't want to get cold when I'm finna go become champion. All right, because when I leave back out of there, I don't need a full bubble down suit to just, go back home and celebrate. All right, because I'm definitely not celebrating in the snow. But yeah. So yeah, that was all that I also noticed a couple of other things. Now, the gyms. Now, on the map, okay, I counted at least 3, possibly 4 gyms. So it's good to know that there will be more gyms. But then again, like I said, if this has something to do, if this is more of a stadium type thing, like, a competition of sorts, then I'm okay with that too. As well as I noticed that if you look the map in front of you like this. You're looking at the map like this. If you look over on the left side, you will see what appears to be some sort of temple, cave, because you see some sort of drawing on it. Like, you can't make out what it is, but you can clearly see that there's something on there. I'm wondering if that would have something to do with the legendary. I hope it does. I really do, because that would be great. As well as the way this region is made up, it looks like you can explore a lot. Because if you look up by the Pokemon League, it actually looks like there's something behind the Pokemon League where you can go just a bit further and actually do some more exploring. So, who knows? We might get that. Or we might get DLC. I'm just hoping that post-game will be great. But other than that, yo, this news, like I said, I was excited. I'm happy that we're getting Generation 8 this year. Like I told y'all in other videos, I don't have a Switch right now, but I'm definitely going to get me a Switch. Don't be surprised if within the next month that I'm telling you that I have a Switch and stuff of that nature, okay? Even though there's plenty of other things that I need to be getting, but hey. So, yeah, but that's it for this breakdown video. What was your thoughts, on Generation 8 being announced today? What did you like? What didn't you like? How do you feel about the starters? Which starter will you be using? Yo, let me know. Yo, we can talk about this in the comments. I will answer you back. But I'm gonna be out of the joint because, like I said, I woke up, watched the Direct, took a shower, got dressed, haven't eaten anything. So I'm gonna get on out of this thing and I'm gonna go get me something to eat. But y'all guys, remember, always be you, go hard doing so, and I'll see you next time.